Right, I've now sprayed the white coat on top of the grey primer. The tape's still visible, which I'm really well chuffed with, and it's gone down really well actually, not bad at all. So all I've got to do now is just spray me yellow on, the TS-16. Now, I've been doing a bit of a test. So, I've got a bit of my sign plastic that I've had for a fair few years. I sprayed the grey and white primer, then I sprayed the yellow on top. I've gone gloss, matte, and what I thought was satin, but it's not. It's a bit... It ain't much different to the matte, to be honest, but I painted that on, left it 24 hours to dry, and it looks like it's gone down really well, so I will be painting the black on top of the yellow. So the next time you see this, it will be spray painted yellow. Alright, welcome back. I've now sprayed my yellow on, the TS-16 Tamiya, and it's come out better than I expected. I honestly thought it was going to be like a lemon yellow, but this is like the darker yellow, and I'm really liking this. It's come out better than I expected. Again, the tape is still very, very visible, and I'm loving the way this has gone down. I mean, if you look at my tester sheet, it's way different. And it's, because that's more like a lemon yellow, but on top of that white, it's absolutely tremendous. I'm absolutely loving this, how this has come out. So it was like one coat of paint. I let that dry for about 2 or 3 hours, and then I had to put a second coat of a touch-up, mainly around the door here and the tops of the door, at the top of the jagged edges, because don't forget, some of this door is going to be the yellow. A little bit round the front here on the front bumper I had to retouch up, trying to get in the door cracks as well. Well, the door channels I should say, that was a bit difficult, but I got in there eventually. And round the back here as well, it's come out really nice. So one coat with a second touch-up coat. A little bit on the roof as well, and the bonnet I had to touch up as well, but nothing too major. I'm just loving how this has come out. So now this is done, it's time to start painting on the black. Right, I've now painted on my black pattern for my jagged edges. Now I will admit it's not as nice as it would be as the yellow sprayed on. If I could have sprayed the black on, I would have done, but I'm not going to cut out tiny little triangles to meet the 1mm masking tape that I did. So basically what I've done is I've put 2 coats of the matte on, and then a gloss coat on top of that of black. And I think it looks really not too bad. I can't wait to see what it looks like once I take the tape off. So you've got the side down the door, bit over the rear fender well to the rear bumper. Those are probably going to be in silver, the headlamp sections, and I'll have to pick out the Chevrolet logo and these bits here. You've got the other side over the rear fender well, on the right hand side of the roof, and on the centre to the left hand side, and a bit on the bonnet, and slightly on the side there just in front of the door. So not too bad. So I'm going to take the tape off now, and I'm going to see how it's turned out. Right, after about half hour or 30 minutes, whatever, I finally got all the 1mm masking tape off. I've also took the masking tape off from the underneath, and you can see that the bonnet moves now. It's not looking too bad. Touch of paint bleed here and there, but nothing I could touch up with my fine detailing brush. You can see how the greys come through now. I mean, it's not going to be 100% accurate to the concept livery which I'm going to show you and the livery that I've created on Forza, but I'm liking it. Not too bad. So basically I just got my scalpel underneath the tape where I could and just lifted it off with my tweezers. A little bit of paint bleed there. Looks like the yellow's gone underneath a bit more, so that'll have to be topped up to the edge with the black. And I'll have to top up that grey bit there where I've done a bit of long tape. Generally I'm quite happy with that. I mean, to be honest, I think that I knew there was going to be some paint bleed, despite sealing the edges with the Pledge Future. Generally, it's not too bad. Once I've touched it all up, I will be showing you the livery that I'm going to be doing this to. Some of my American subscribers may already know what livery I'm going to do, but for those of you who don't really follow the American Le Mans series, IMSA, whatever it's called now, I'll reveal that in due course. But not looking too bad now the tape's off. Right, welcome back. The outer body shell for the base livery pattern is all done. So on the previous update, I took all the tape away. I took all the tape from the underneath, and I had to tidy it up because a little, just a little bit of paint bleed here and there wore too much. So I used Revell's 36157 grey to top up the grey that I'd left on for the primer, because the primer is my jagged edge. So it was a good match, that was not bad at all. So I just topped that up. Then I topped the edges up with the black as well, and then so I did that with matte black and then gloss black to match the rest of the actual gloss pattern. I don't know if you remember from the previous video, you probably noticed that bit there was yellow. So once I've done all my topping up, I got another bit of the 1mm masking tape and put it on to match that line. Sealed it with a Pledge Future, and then just 2 coats of matte black and 1 coat of gloss, and then just took the tape away. Right, the next thing I had to do was the vents. On the actual kit itself, you can see, I don't know if you can make it out, there's that decal there that covers up the vents, and obviously when you put your microsol on, it would suck it right into the vent and it would paint the vent for you. But as I'm doing it to a different livery, I've had to paint the vents. So on that side, it was all black, so I just painted on the vents. And it was on the Corvette websites, it's actually like a carbon colour. So I've done that in the anthracite, which is 36109 in Revell. But on this side it was yellow, obviously, because I painted the TS-16 on. So I just used the anthracite 2 coats, and then just that little mount there, that has to be in black, so I just painted that in black, 2 coats of matte, 1 coat of gloss, and the vents are looking really nice. So that's that done. Right, the bonnet, so I can easily take that away. So the bonnet mounts, the frame for the mount, I've just left that in, I've just painted that in matte black, and I think it looks really, really nice the way it is. So I've just left that in the matte black. Obviously once I've painted it, took 2 coats. Also, another thing you'll notice, that bit of gloss there, that is a mounted windshield wiper, window wiper. So I've just painted that in gloss, but I'm liking the way the frame is in the matte black. So taking it off its stand, I've also done the underneath and the skirts here and the skirts there and the front splitter. So 2 coats of the matte, 1 coat of gloss, and I've also done the splitter on the top here
and it goes all the way around, and it's looking absolutely lovely. So with that being said, again, the base pattern for the livery is all done on the body shell. So that's where I'm sitting at the moment. It's going to be some more construction on the next update. Right, so now all the body shell livery pattern's been done, I can actually start construction on the inside of the body shell. So you've got my lovely already pre-painted and pre-masked clear window part. I'm really well chuffed that's been pre-done, because I hate masking clear parts, to be honest. Right, so the next page of construction, I have to mount the headlamp clear part, which will go into the rear of the front bumper. Once that's done, then I've got to mount the actual headlamps themselves, which is pretty much a normal plastic grey part of that. That's going to be clear, so it's pretty much the same bloody part. So that's got to go on top, inside of the clear part. Then I've got to put my clear windscreen part in. I've got to drop that in. I've also got to do the rear lamps and the fan and its pan mount. So I've done all that already. So, like I said, there's my lovely pre-painted clear part. The pan mount and fan is in 2 pieces. Well, it's actually in 4 pieces. You've got the fan mount. You've got the fan plate itself with the fan and all the electrical parts and the pumps and stuff. Then you've got the pan plate itself, and then what look like 2 spoiler mounts. So I've glued all those all together, and that's what I've got. So I've glued my 2 little spoiler mounts, as you could call them. They're not spoiler, but that's what I would call them for simplicity. So they just jab through there and there, and just put a bit of glue on, and then I just sprayed that in my Halford's matte black. And then you've got the actual fan plate itself, and all the pumps and all the electrical bits and whatever and what have you. So I've painted all that in silver, and then just picked out red, bit of blue, bit of like a yellowy brown, ochre I should say, a bit of ochre, and a bit of more blue in the silver. Now the fan itself, it was just a line. It didn't look like a fan at all. So what I've done is, the first thing I did was spray this in the matte black, Halford's matte black, and then painted all that bits on. So I just done silver, and then just got my matte black and just painted on the fan so it looks like a fan. And I think that looks really, really nice. And then, for that one, so I've got to get the orientation right. So that's like that. And then you put that on from underneath. Right, so how does that go now? Right, can't remember how this went next. I've already test fitted this and I forgot how it goes. Right, yes. So them 2 notches there, you got one there. There isn't one on this side. Them go into those little notch mounts there, and that just simply, you get the 2 edges of the corner there to the 2 edges of the corner there cut out, and you just pop that in. And then that is your full pan lid, and then the fan shows through that little hole, and the rest of it is on the bottom, and you just simply put that on there. Obviously you've still got to glue it, but there's your completed pan. And if you look really nice, it looks really nice showing through that hole. So that's that done. So that will be the how that goes in. And then with the clear part, let's have a look. Right, so I've got a mounting peg there, just above my finger, and I think that's it. I think it just drops into place. So let's have a look at that. So let's line that up. Let's find the mounting peg. It's always tricky doing this. So I'm only just test fitting this at the moment. I'm just giving you a bit of a preview of how this is going to go in. So it looks like it just mounts on there. So I've just got to manoeuvre that into the nooks and crannies, and hopefully it should just drop in. And then you've got your clear part. Where did I put that? Now, I've done some research online, and the actual lens, the lenses for the front lamps, headlamps, are actually like a yellow. So I've just got some Tamiya X24 clear yellow and painted them on the inside. And that, you've got 2 holes there, as you can see, and then you've got 4 pegs. So you've got the 2 inner pegs for your clear part and the 2 outer pegs for your headlamps themselves. I've only just started painting these, so I just painted the anthracite on for now. I've still got to paint all this grey part with the anthracite because I don't know how visible that's going to be. And then you just drop that. So you line them up like that. And then you've obviously got to line them up to the holes there. I might have to widen those holes slightly. And that's how they will look. And I think the clear yellow looks really nice. So that's that. So also with the rear lamps, they're moulded in clear red. But doing some research online, the actual outer edges of the what would you call it? Well, the outer edges, they're actually painted in carbon, the outer fascias. So I've painted that in the anthracite. I've put a little silver in there to represent the reverse light, and then you've obviously got the braking light there. That's just going to be left in the clear red. I've still got to do that bit there because that's actually, that bit there, that triangular bit, that's all got to be filled in with the anthracite. But now the body shell's done, I can do all that work, and then hopefully it should look really good. So let's see what happens.